Good thoughts from Vision's daily devotion, The Word for Today.
In Luke 18 verse 13, Jesus told the story of a man who prayed, "God, be merciful to me, a sinner." The Word for Today points out that we all need the same grace. Here's that story from Luke chapter 18. Jesus said, 2 men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, "God, I thank you that I am not like other men, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this tax collector. I fast twice a week. I give tithes of all that I possess." And the tax collector, standing afar off, would not so much as raise his eyes to heaven, but beat his breast, saying, "God, be merciful to me, a sinner." I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. Now the difference between these 2 men is that the Pharisee was guilty of sins of the spirit and the tax collector was guilty of sins of the flesh. Pride shut the door of heaven to the Pharisee, and humility opened the door of heaven to the tax collector. The Pharisee said he was innocent, but he went home guilty. The tax collector acknowledged he was guilty, and he went home innocent. Notice he doesn't use the usual word for mercy. The word used here dates back to the Hebrew word kippur, which means atonement, as in Yom Kippur, which means the Day of Atonement. The word atonement means to cover. What the tax collector said was, "God, I'm admitting to you what I already know is true about me. I am a sinful man with a sinful heart. God, will you cover me?" That's all that God needed to hear from him to save him. And that's all God needs to hear from you too. We all need the same grace. That's Vision's Word for Today.
The Word for Today, Australia's most widely read daily devotion. Read it, share it or subscribe. Free at vision.org.au or in the Vision app. Just another way Vision is helping you look to God daily.